This is going to be painful viewing, and we make no apology for that, because this is the war in Syria, and Dalal is one of the child victims. Her parents wanted us to film her. They want the world to see what's happened to their daughter. Her entire body is swathed in bandages. She's so badly burned. All her fingers have been amputated. You can barely see her face, and it's too upsetting to show you. The flames took her eyelids, her nose, her lips, and her ears. And now she's in the fight of her life to stay alive, and not yet 2 years old. Inside her small body, the fire has done huge damage to her lungs. She can't breathe on her own, and the Turkish doctors are going to try to perform a tracheotomy to help her. Dalal has never known a permanent home. Her family's moved 7 times to escape the fighting, but the doctors are determined to save her.
Not good rate to be alive, maybe 10%. But nowadays, of course, a little bit more we have hope. But this doesn't mean we have passed over all the things. No, we have a very, very long way we have to pass. But Dalal is a great warrior, and our team is a great warrior.
We rang up her family, who are living in a tent nearly 40 kilometers north of Idlib, and connected them to one of the doctors treating their daughter.
Assalamu alaikum.
He took them into intensive care for their first glimpse of Dalal after her surgical procedure.
Dalal, ehlen ve sehlen. You can see your daughter. Kızını görebilirsin.
They are overwhelmed with emotion at seeing their little toddler. But her injuries are horrific, although the doctor desperately tries to cheer them up.
Elhamdülillah. Bak. Oynatıyor bak.
ليك الحمد لله عم تتحرك عم تلعب نعم
يا روحي دلوني
عم تتحرك الحمد لله.
For her mother, it's heartbreaking. Seeing her child so mutilated is terribly hard. Why is her face like that, her mother asks. She's very, very worried her daughter won't be able to survive this. Neither the doctor speaking Turkish or Dalal's parents speaking Arabic can understand each other, but the universal language of care and love needs no translation. The fire which engulfed Dalal's family tent was caused by a stove they were using for heating. Rescuers pulled 4 siblings out, but Dalal and her older sister Yasmin were last, and her sister didn't make it. There are millions living in squalid camps across Syria. They're filled with families on the run from the war. And one of the aid agencies on the ground told us Dalal's tragedy is being repeated all across the country. Well, if we don't find a solution soon, there's going to be many more Dalals, aren't there?
Alex, I think there are many more Dalals out there, and that is the most heartbreaking story. It is important to highlight these stories. It is important to remember that there are so many Dalals out there, and it is important to come together and help these children.
It's very touch and go for Dalal, but she's at least away from the fighting now across the border in Turkey, and she's already confounded the doctors here with her strength. They're not going to give up on her just yet. Alex Crawford, Sky News.